and I was only 26, 27 years old at the time. And I said, well, maybe I ought to start thinking more on a different art. So then I started seriously with the kempo. I mean, I had studied kempo before that with Nick Serial, but it wasn't a serious type thing. You know what I mean? But now I say, well, if you get in an elevator, the most you can throw is a front kick. You ain't got no room.
Yeah.
So I better, work on the hands and whatever. And that's was a major turning point at that point. And then I continued with the Taekwondo up until around, I guess, in the 90s. Then my hips started bothering me. And I said, that's it. No more of that high kicking stuff. I'm done with that. So,
I
but
de
that was a major turning point for
okay.
me.
I definitely understand that. I had spine surgery, about 2 months after I turned 30,
Hmm.
and I had to pretty much learn how to walk again, and I never thought
Right.
I'd be able to do what I can do again now. Like, I'm able to throw
Hmm.
tornado kicks and stuff again, and I never thought I
Hmm.
was gonna be able to do that. But, getting into Kempo, Master Williams, the guy that I told you we had in common,
Uh-huh.
that stuff right there that he's teaching is amazing. It's all about self-defense and, like, the circular
Hmm.
motion and stuff, and it's a lot easier on my body. I've noticed that practicing it.
Well, I'm big on the self-defense aspect because I was a cop for 20 years. So I've made a lot of arrests in them 20 years. And the martial arts had helped me tremendously in combative situations. It's unbelievable. And like I tell all my students, and even when I teach seminars, I tell them the most important thing about street fighting or any fighting is your footwork.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get in, you ain't going to deliver the technique that you want to deliver. So I'm real big on the self defense aspect. That's paramount to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Same here. I used to teach, defensive tactics for the state's Division of Corrections Academy,
Hmm.
and I'm huge on the self-defense aspect side of things. I taught PPCT, which is Bruce Siddle's program.
Right.
So before the interview, I did talk to, Mr. Dixon, Hanshi Mr. Dixon, and
Hmm.
he wanted me to talk to you about, Master Agrella. He said you guys were really
Oh,
close.
yes, yes. Grandmaster Manny Agrella. I knew him for over 50 years. I trained with him for over 30. And he was incredible. He was an incredible martial artist. He was also an incredible Aikido man. He had the sword mastered. He also did kendo.
Okay.
I mean, he was tremendous. He had a sixth dan from Masoyama in Kyoshinkai.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's been around the block. I mean, he studied for over 70 years. I mean, he was an amazing person, amazing, and he had the praying mantis system, Tong Long,
Yeah.
and I trained with him in Tong Long for almost 40 years.
Wow.
So I mean, he's unbelievable, unbelievable. He passed away about 3 years ago. Uh, he was teaching well into his 90s. He was 94 when he passed, and he taught right up to the time he passed.
Wow.
So he was an amazing guy. Little rough on he was from the old school. He was a little rough on the language. Yeah, yeah, he swore like a sailor, basically. But he was a tremendous teacher.
That's awesome. So when you think about him today, what's the first memory that comes to mind?
The training, the training and his outlook on things. He was a very honest type person. And he wouldn't give up his integrity for anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's only had two woman black belts, and one of them is my wife.
Wow.
And I mean, because she got the fourth dan, and I said, I'm not going to promote you anymore, because then people was going to say, well, you promoted her because she's your wife, basically.
Yeah.
So I sent her to Grandmaster Grella, and he's the one that promoted her after that. I didn't have anything to do with it. So,
That's awesome.
I just, yeah, integrity is very important to me. For me to sign my name on a certificate, I belong to this West Virginia Brotherhood of Martial Artists.
Yeah.
Well, I left that organization because they were handing out dons like it was candy.
Yeah.
And the people weren't doing anything for it. They weren't writing anything. They weren't physically taking tests. They were just giving them away. So yeah, my integrity is too important to me.
Same. The tenets of Taekwondo, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, dominant spirit, that was drilled into me coming up through, and it's part of my character.
Hmm.
So I definitely understand that.
Yeah, it's just there's too many McDojos out there today. What I call Mickey Mouse schools,
Yeah, there really is.
where it's all money. It's all money driven.
Yeah.
Well, I had a school for a long time while I was a cop. And I worked as a cop at night, and I had my school, in the early evenings. I didn't do it to make money. I used to take money out of my pocket to pay the rent. But, you know, if you want to make a living, martial arts is not the way to go. You know, go drive a truck or do something else. But martial arts, I used to tell my wife, that's not a business. That's part of me.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it was. And that's the way I still handle things today.
Yeah.
Money's not that important.
Trust me, I understand that. I'm one of 3 that run our dojang up there in
Mhm,
Philippi, and my day job, I'm an EMT, so I definitely
mhm.
understand where you're coming from with that, and we don't
Right.
make money on it. Like, most of our stuff comes from fundraisers and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
we don't make money on it. So let's get into the NKJF, the National Karate Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Right.
How long have you been a member of that?
For 2 years now.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I became a member just before Dixon became the president.
gotcha.
He was vice president at the time. So, very good organization. Very good, very fair. Uh, we have an ethics ethics committee, which I'm a member of.
Yep,
We have a high Don board, which I'm a member of. And it's a very fair organization. It really is. And they do stuff with you.
yeah,
It isn't like, you join an organization, you get a certificate saying, "Hey, you're a member of this," and you never hear from them
yeah,
until it's dues time. Then they want their money. But this organization, a lot different.
yeah, it
Lot
is.
different.
I like it. I like everything that I've seen from it so far. I mean, Hanshi, Mr. Dixon, he lives up in Delaware, but he's trying to come
Hmm.
down so we can train together sometime. Great guy.
Right.
If like if like well, you know the issue with our dojo, like our highest right now is 5th degree, so we can't go past
Right.
5th degree. And
Hmm.
before we met you, I was talking to Mr. Dixon about that, how they could find somebody for us to test,
Right.
which our paths probably would have crossed anyway. So
That's true. Yes. So, but Richard Dixon, extraordinary martial artist,
yeah,
extraordinary. His technique is great. He's a good breaker. I mean, he breaks. He's a master breaker when it comes to breaking. You know, I mean, he's very good, very sharp, very honest, and you can't ask for anything more than that. You know,
yeah,